in this moment, this present moment. I'm asking myself, what is alive? What is real? What's difficult? It's exciting. It's interesting. What's raw and true? What's raw and true is a deep yearning for connection. But it's not just with anyone. It's with a special one. And I realize there's a danger in that. But life is dangerous. Life isn't safe. And the experiences I want to have are high stakes. I don't want to make decisions based on past hurts, past injuries and seeming failures. I'm not the same person. I'm more capable. I'm not sure there's anything more worth trying than human relationships. Experience does teach us to be discerning, but we shouldn't be overcautious. We shouldn't be fearful. We should be open to the experience. There's a much bigger risk in not trying. This seems obvious. This seems cliche almost. It's like we know this, but why why do we say stay safe? I mean, I think there's one thing, not one thing, there's several things, but I've been thinking about a special difficulty in being gay. There's such a narrow window of opportunity to have relationships. For gay men, it's such a minefield. And there's so much hurt that just kind of circulates and gets repeated. And I guess I'm not avoidant of the hurt, but I'm avoidant of those who are not self-aware of their potential to be harmful. Those who are not self-aware enough to take responsibility for their own behavior. It's a heavy burden to take on responsibility for your life, your behavior, and your experiences. I think it's easy. It's what happens often in relationships is that people they want that intimacy and connection, and they let down their guard and they reveal parts of themselves. And then because they haven't done the work of taking responsibility for those shadowy elements within them, they want somebody else to love them because they can't love that part of themselves. And then that other person ends up triggering them and activating those shadowy parts. And that's just a big mess. And it seems to further affirm negative beliefs around relationship and safety and I'm okay with somebody being damaged goods. We're all hurt if we've lived a bit. We're all wounded and battered, and some of us more than others. And actually, that doesn't turn me off. In fact, those people I find are some of the more insightful, wise people. I kind of believe that not kind of. I believe that our souls take on these things, and that a more evolved soul will take on more difficult lessons. So I am drawn to people who are, in the advanced school, who are taking on more difficult lessons, and I have empathy for that. I believe those people are capable. Those are some of the more capable people of truly being honest and having depth and having real integrity. Those are the people that I want to be around. They don't have to be superficially beautiful. They don't have to be wealthy or successful. Sure, those things are nice. It's fun. But that's not at the top of the list. it's been hard for me having these kind of values and me prioritizing doing the inner work and becoming a wise person. That's my MO, is to develop my insight and my compassion and my empathy and my broader understanding of the world. And you don't really wear those as badges. You don't really have them on your social media profile. And it saddens me when people would not take the time to want to learn about my depth. I don't actually like it when people emphasize my physical appearance, and I mean, nobody's ever said that I'm ugly. They've emphasized my physical attractiveness, and it's not that there's certainly benefits to being physically attractive. I'm not a 10. Like maybe I'm a 7 or an 8 or whatever. I know people, like, because of my body type being tall and on the thinner side, thin, that's seen as attractive, and decent face, and but when people point those out, I really I'm thinking, and like, so like, why are you telling me the way that I look? It's a bit weird. It's not like I haven't done that to other people. There's someone that I have in mind that I think is absolutely stunning. I think they're absolutely gorgeous, but I think also when I say that, it's like it's not just their physical beauty. It's like their inner beauty that is shining through their physical beauty. And I can say that because I think I know that about them. It's not like when some people have said that to me, they don't really know me. They haven't spent the time to get to know me. Sometimes I feel like I'd rather be ugly and see how people really treat me. I mean, I've had enough mistreatment, so that's not... I think there's just I think I've never felt so alone in my whole life, and so hungry for affection, but not in a desperate way where I'm willing to like sacrifice my morals. Like I could have sex right now with a few people, but that's not, when I've done that in the past, I end up feeling worse off, like drained. Like, I think the thing is because I'm always very giving. And when people feel that from me, then they just take. They just take, and they don't feel like a lot of people don't know how to give. I don't mind giving, and I want people to feel loved and cared for. But not then that person like just go away and never call me again. Like they got what they wanted, and now they're like, to me, physical intimacy is a spiritual thing. It's a deeper thing. I've opened myself up to this person. And that physical part is just the beginning, or it's only a part. And I want the person to see more of me. I want the physical intimacy. I love that. I absolutely very much enjoy that. But I also want to exchange ideas, hear the person's voice, hear them express themselves, hear them tell me, you know, how they feel about things. I feel like I've been doing the work, been working on myself, because I knew that it's important. I know that's important. But now I'm almost 50 years old and I've spent most of my life alone. And the idea of spending the rest of my life alone really saddens me. I don't think I deserve that. I see people who are very like superficial, and they have like lots of interactions and lots of people in their lives. They get a lot of attention, they get a lot of affection. I mean, like, I know this woman in her 30s, and she's always got a new hot boyfriend, and I've talked to a couple of them, and they're really nice, and I'm a little bit jealous. And I can't rightly say that, oh, they're just superficial people or whatever. I don't know that. I mean, I think compared to myself, most people are superficial because they haven't spent the time that I have in contemplation. But that's like 90% of the population. So I don't want to be too quick to condemn and judge people, but this woman, she's quick to toss these men away. And I feel like she doesn't value them. Like that she just kind of uses them to affirm her beauty. And then maybe when they're wanting more depth from her, I don't know for sure, but essentially what I experience jealousy in seeing people that have intimate relationships easily. And I don't mean just sex, but partnerships. And I'm skeptical of them. Like when I see couples that seem like they've been together for a while, I wonder how alive it is and if it's codependent or dysfunctional. Because part of me thinks I'd rather be alone than in a dysfunctional codependent relationship. Sometimes I think I'm too conscious, I'm too aware to be in a relationship, because relationships are just about codependence. But I honestly want to challenge that narrative and that belief. I think that's my baggage, that's my default. And so I have that conditioning based on early experience, and then there's a cognitive bias of seeing that everywhere. And then being gay, it just makes it difficult to find an opportunity to challenge that and to create a new script. There's someone that I have in mind, and my heart just aches with the possibility. It's easier to not want, but it's too late for that. I've already spent a lot of time thinking about this person and fantasizing about our life together. And even though I am aware of the danger of that, I think I'm willing to take the risk. But there's the complexity of you can't just make these things happen. This dance with another person, it's not even like trying to sell them something. Especially when you're the person that you're wanting to be with is also very insightful and intuitive, and they're gonna pick up on any kind of con. And not that I would want to con them, but there's this attempt to sell, to try and convince. There is a grasping. There's this very fine line where I know I need to stay centered and I need to stay authentic to myself. And yet there's somebody that seems just out of reach that I want to reach for. I don't want to lose myself in the process. I don't want to sacrifice myself in the process. But I do want to be with that person. It's a conundrum. It's a paradox. It's a one of life's biggest mysteries, I guess. I know that everybody wants it. Everybody wants love. Everybody wants a loving relationship. Unless you've been so badly hurt and you can't get over that. But I think we're born into this world wanting love. Expecting it even, like that it's our natural state. But the way our world is, our society is, we're not in a tribe where there's all sorts of options for love in different forms. No, we're isolated, we're disconnected. We've got to get love through a screen, through a device. It seems so sad to me. I have to work hard not to go down a spiral of despair and resignation, of distraction. There's an emptiness where love should be. There's an ache that is meant to be soothed by another human. I feel completely alone in the world. I accept that, at least for time, that's part of my path. I accept that it's a challenge that I've chosen to take on for a time. I've done it for a lot of time. There's been the majority of my life that I've felt this, this has been the condition. This has been the reality. But I think that if I have a chance to create a relationship with somebody else, that I will jump at that chance. And I don't mean just anyone. I'm not gonna just jump at a chance to be with anyone, because what's the point of that? It's not gonna work out. It's not going to provide me with what I want, which is a depth and breadth, and authenticity, and co-creation. That meets me. I want that. I believe I deserve that. That I've put the work in to be, to bring to a relationship a whole person, a person capable of love, a person capable of accountability and responsibility. I want to be tested and challenged by that person too. I want them to be able to question me and ask of me. I want to believe in the relationship to the degree where I'm willing to sacrifice things that are less important, temporary comforts, preferences, I want to sublimate in that joining. It's not a sacrifice for the individual, it's a sacrifice for the joining, for the relationship, for the shared goals, for the co-creation. I ask myself, what fears might I have? What might hold me back from giving everything I got to making such a successful kind of relationship? And honestly, nothing comes to mind. I don't think that would have been the case 5 years ago in my last relationship. There were things. I mean, I don't think that they were deserving of my ex breaking up with me. And especially since they wouldn't even tell me, like, why. I don't think that was fair or just, but I am a different person. I've grown, and I don't believe that I don't have any fears about it. I don't have any fears about how they might cramp my style or somehow reduce my freedom or be too parental of me, or that I'd be somehow losing my independence. I think in the past, some of those things were true. And so in that, I would be a little rebellious. A little. I think that was misplaced kind of rebellion against authority. And that I might make a partner into a bit of a parent. I don't think that's the case anymore. I believe that I've worked through that. I'm more allowing, and not about allowing transgression. I'm more allowing my life to just flow. If my partner said, I want to move, or I want to stay here, I want to live in a trailer, I want to do this, I feel like that would be easy. I don't need to be the authority. I can be the authority, and I can make decisions. But there's just an ease about it. I'm not worried about that. Whereas I think in the past, I might have thought, it's important that somebody be taking charge of the situation, and if the other person wasn't, then I would be a bit reactive, because I was concerned that they wouldn't like my decisions. And honestly, it doesn't even make sense to me anymore, because I think in general, I'm just more chill about life. I think I've just kind of surrendered a bit more. And not in a victim way, in a fluid, flowing, peaceful way, in a Taoist wizard way. I believe it's possible to find my person. They're a rare one. They're a unique one. They're pretty special. And I'll treat them that way. I'm happy to. I'll be so joyous to have found them. I do definitely have my hopes up for this specific person. I'm not making a contingency plan. I guess I'm living dangerously, assuming that it's gonna happen. I believe it will. I'm gonna do everything in my power to make it happen. With wisdom, which means not pushing the river. It means just being authentic, being real, expressing my love, expressing my desire, and having faith that it will work out. I feel it already. I can feel the love already. It really feels really good. And that's what I have to remember, that I can tap into it now. And I don't need to be so attached to a specific thing. As far as an event, again, it's just about being in the moment and enjoying what is. And what is that I love this person. I feel love for them. And that's what is.